Alright guys, it's been a while since I did an update video. I did a video a few months ago on the Mustang, how the Ranger was out. I said I would update once I got it home. Bought this Ranger in December of 2020 off of Facebook Marketplace. It was a work truck for some company. It was sitting in a field. It was in pretty bad shape, to say the least. The bed was beat all to pieces and the top of the roof, and you could tell it had been sitting for a long time. I suspect at least a couple years had been sitting in the field. I drug it home on the car trailer in December, and it was a project for me and my youngest, my 7-year-old, he's not my youngest, but my 7-year-old boy. So we brought it home, and me and him took all the interior out. We pulled the 4-cylinder out of it, obviously. Gutted it. I pulled the bed off, trashed it immediately. Started doing the little things that needed to be done to get it ready. Once we got the motor out, cleaned out the engine bay and sent the truck off to my uncle's body shop and had everything under the hood painted. I had already picked out a color. I wanted Toyota Arctic White. Just always liked it, so had it done in Toyota Arctic White. Did the back of the firewall in black. The whole theme of the truck is black and white, as you'll see. The only thing not done on the trucks right now is finishing up the AC lines. I'm gonna pick them up tomorrow after work. Condenser and everything's in it. I just gotta run the last few lines. I did AC work for a long time, so not super concerned about getting that going. As you can see, it turned out pretty clean. Kept power steering, kept power brakes. ABS still works. I ended up going this time, carbureted it. I bought a brand new 650 quick fuel, vacuum, secondaries, electric choke. It actually is pretty much spot on out of the fucking box. It was way better than I thought it would be, to be honest. We cleaned everything up, rewrapped all the looms. Just try to make it as clean as possible. I ended up doing a 92 5.0 short block. A buddy of mine pretty much just gave me the short block. I put a set of Skip White 190cc aluminum heads on it. Air gap intake, the 650 quick fuel, and then the only thing I kind of wish I'd have went with a different cam, but I got a great deal on a B cam, and I put a B cam in it. This is by no means a race truck. Never meant for it to be a race truck. It was meant to sound good, run good, drive good, which it does excellent. It's probably one of the best daily drivers I've ever had, other than a brand new car. Ended up doing Robos. I love these wheels. I had them on this Mustang before, but I ended up buying a set of Robos. Wheel and tire package. It's lowered a little bit in the front, flip kit in the rear. I'm gonna drop the front another inch or two. Smoked headlights, painted the grille to match the truck, and then the inside black, and left the black valance. Anyways, it found a really clean bed, which is not easy to do. It is getting ready to go to the shop, and I'm gonna have it right on lined, but the bed in it is pretty much dentless. But dropped the truck off, had it painted, replaced some of the windows, and lots of little stuff. Of course, anytime you're doing this shit, it's not cheap. We know that, but it's one of the cheaper projects that I've had. Inside, me and my son dyed all the interior. I made the armrest. I also made the headliner. And I made this back piece. I don't know how well you can see it. I should have turned them. But I put a set of seats. Grab a flashlight here. Put a set of seats out of a 2007, I believe it is, Mercury Mariner. Lots of work to make those fit. A lot of time, that probably more than anything in the truck. But heated seats still work. They're leather. Super comfortable. In the winter, it's nice because they heat up quick. T5 transmission. I left the stock radio. I didn't want to go crazy with any of that. Stock radio worked well. Heat works amazing. Truck cruises at 75 to 80 all day long. All new carpet in it. The only gauges I run are the oil pressure, water temp, and voltage. Otherwise, don't care. I don't even have a dipstick on it. If it uses oil, I got a problem. If it leaks oil, got a problem. So it was a cheap shore block. I just don't really give a fuck. I change the oil every 3,000 miles, and if any time in between there something happens, so be it. Just one less thing to worry about leaking. I know it sounds crazy, but I'm a little obsessive with the Mustang. This one is much more relaxed. My wife had me a custom steering wheel cover made. It says Ford fucking Ranger. Love that. But overall, the truck is about 90% done. It goes to window tint tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock. We're doing a 20% tint all the way around. And we gotta put a rear bumper on it. Ordered one, sent me the wrong one. They sent me one for a regular bed, not the step bed. So I had to reorder it. It'll be here this week. And it'll be painted to match the truck, obviously. Exhaust wise, it's got the dual exhaust out the side, kind of like a Lightning. I kind of themed it after a Lightning with the step side and such. The only other real improvements I plan to make, I'm gonna put a plate kit on it, and I put in an 8.8 with 373s under it. That's about it. Had the truck on the dyno a few weeks ago at Lee Blankenship's in Shelbyville. Truck did exactly what I thought it would do. I did no carburetor tuning. Turned the timing just slightly 2 degrees each way on each pull. Ended up with final numbers. They're in there. It's right at 290 horsepower and 300 foot-pounds of torque at the wheels. Truck weighs somewhere in the vicinity of 2,950 pounds. It's roll-up windows, push locks, and it got a lot of comforts. But it does have heat. It will have air, power steering, and brakes. So all the things I need. Not a race truck, but I think it turned out pretty well for 6 months of build time. It's very strong. It has no problem keeping up with the newer RT Chargers and Challengers. I haven't raced a SRT8, but I'm sure a Scat Pack or an SRT8 will, they'll probably pull it. But that's why I'm gonna put a plate kit on it. And then eventually it'll get that motor over there, or the Mustang will get that motor, and the motor out of the Mustang will go in here. Either way, it'll eventually be 500 or 600 horsepower. Right now I'm just enjoying it. Like I said, I drove it recently down to the lake. It got 21 miles to a gallon, which is pretty good, I thought. For what it is, it seems to drive good. It handles really well. Gets a lot of attention. I'll fire it up really quick. It's pretty late, but I'll fire it up once you hear it. But overall, I couldn't really be happier. Just wash it and I got the belt wet. So that's what you're hearing this weekend. My fault. But I've probably put about 1,000 miles on it so far. And it's done everything I asked it to do. It does really well. Subscribe, like, follow. Leave me a comment. Try to be nice. Soft, pretty soft. My feelings are easy. Thank you guys.